Hello everyone. It's a new lecture uh, fr- for the course Professional Communication Skills, and here is Dr. Muhammad Goma. Uh, Today we are talking about 12 barriers to effective communication. Those barriers are just examples. You can find in some literature less or more than this number. However, I can tell you that the next 12 barriers are the most common barriers to effective communication. First of all, what is barriers of communication? How we can describe our barriers of communication. Imagine this: you are trying to contact your friend in any mean, and suddenly a barrier, a block, a wall appears in the middle. Then you would have a problem communicating with your friend. As a definition, communication barrier is anything that prevents us from receiving and understanding the message others use to convey their information, ideas, and thoughts. Barriers can interfere with or block the message you are trying to send or receive. So, uh, let's make it clear here. A barrier would affect both sides, sender or receiver. The first type is physical barriers. The physical barriers is like inadequate equipment, phone with poor signals or outdated computers, background noise, poor lighting, or temperature, either low or high. Those are examples for physical barriers. If you are, for example, communicating with your friend on a phone, and he is or you have a bad or poor signal, you would be not able to understand what is going on. So such barrier can be identified as physical barrier. Attitudes, uh, like strong emotions. Strong emotion can be either anger or sadness or any other strong emotions. Uh, Both can take your objectivity and prevent effective communication. Being so nervous, having personal agenda, can interfere with or block the message as well. So you try to keep calm and avoid strong emotions. Any of the previous known as emotional noise. The emotional noise includes feelings or thoughts that may pull you down or prevent you from achieving your hopes, your dreams, and may feel like it is sabotaging your goals. Emotional noise, you can sense it everywhere and anytime. As an effective communicator, try to avoid emotional noise as possible. Three, language. I'm not talking here about first or second language. Any language, not only the foreign language, can be a barrier for effective communication. For example, misunderstanding the native language can occur due to many differences, like cultural differences, educational differences, generation differences. When elderly people talk to young people, always there is differences between generations. Also, slang. Uh, in Egypt, you can define many slangs across the country, from north to south, from east to west, and all these slangs may affect effective communication. Do not forget also intention. Sometimes people uh, try deliberately to make others misunderstood them. For example, if I am using difficult expressions or high language, some people cannot understand what I am intending to say, and sometimes that is intention. Physiological barriers, uh, such as health, illness, poor eyesight, hearing difficulties, pain, all are examples to psychological barriers which can affect communication negatively. If you are in pain or not hearing well, that may you will not receive the message correctly, or you will not be able to understand what is trying to be conveyed. 5. In institutional structure design. This barrier is related to professional environment. Uh, if you are in a company, for example, there is a hierarchy, managers and employees, and this hierarchy explain who are reported to whom and how you should do your job. If you use unclear ISD or bad information system, lack of supervision, or lack of training, can be a communication barrier, or poor communication across the organization, which is a bad thing for the business. 6. Lack of experience. Either common experience or technical experience can be communication barrier. For example, if you are trying to explain a technical something to a junior staff member in your team, he or she may not understand you well due to lack of technical experience. Also, common experience uh, will limit your ability to interpret the message. Assumptions, which is maybe one of the most barrier in the Egyptian culture. Many people try to use assumption too much, uh, and they build them assumption over culture, gender, race, age, background, stereotyping, and etc. This picture tries to explain what is not assumption. 8. Information overload. I think the students and the faculty of engineering know that very well. Information overload may occur due to subject. The subject, if it is hard enough, any amount of information can be overload. The quantity, you may in front of easy subject, but the quantity is an issue. Quality, maybe the way you receive the information or the quality of the communication means are the issue. The time factor, sometimes when you have a limited time, not equivalent to the amount of information you need to process, that can create an overload. Also, personal differences. We are not equal. We are not like each other. What some find simple, others find too much. Number 9, jumping to a conclusion. This is a type of barriers are related to making assumptions. You should not consider both are the same, but one leads to another. If you making assumptions too much, you probably will jump to a conclusion. Jumping to a conclusion may due to not listening to all the facts, or you are interpret the information you received, and so on. Number 10, inconsistency. This is may lack of knowledge lead you to this, or poor planning, lack of self-confidence. Number 11, insecurity. If you are feeling insecure, you may miss the message, or you misinterpret the message. This can be due to lack of knowledge, poor planning, lack of self confidence, external factors as well. Number 12, which is the last of our types for barriers, inference. What is this? Let's explain it by an example. I'll tell you a story. A woman went for a walk one day and met her friend, whom she had not seen, heard from, or heard of in 10 years. After an exchange of greetings, the woman said, "Is this your little boy?" And her friend replied, "Yes, I got married about 6 years ago." The woman then asked the child, "What is your name?" And the boy replied, "Same as my father's." "Oh," said the woman, "then it must be Peter." Now let's ask, how did she know the boy's father's name? Simple question. I'm sure you are jumped to the answer now, because she knows the father name. The second story. Look carefully to this picture for a few seconds and let's ask a question. Now, can you describe this man with one word? Mhm. Some may say lazy, fat, drinker, etc. However, the reality is this is a picture of disabled man in a hospital holding the remote of his electric sofa trying to correct his position. How we misjudged this man. Let's go back to the picture. It is not a remote control of a TV. Many people make inference from facts, and it can lead us down to the wrong path or to incorrect answers. And one last thing to mention, that people change. What we know of other people is only our memory of the moments during which we knew them, and they have changed since then. At every meeting, we are meeting a stranger. T.S. Eliot. That that was our lecture for today. Thanks to for being attention to this. I hope that was simple and short enough. Waiting to hear from you, and any comments, questions are welcome. Thanks. Till we meet again. Goodbye.